you asked 100 toddlers to name their favorite singer, most likely they would say this. Okay, no idea what that meant, but I do know that many young kids and their parents adore Raffi, or as he's known to many in his fan base, Waffy.
Baby Beluga, Baby Beluga.
But Raffi's role as a children's entertainer began by accident. His own childhood spent in Egypt, and after his arrival in Canada, Raffi was working around as a folk musician when he was asked to sing at a nursery school class, and he realized his true calling.
And if you wake up in the morning and it's 1:45, you want to find something to do, you brush your teeth.
There are a few things adults could learn from Raffi as well. In a career that spanned more than 35 years, he's refused all commercial endorsements. Despite some very lucrative offers, he's also worked tirelessly for the environment, plus he's working to make the internet safer for youngsters, because Raffi's philosophy, honor children, empower them, and the world becomes a better place.
Oh, hell yeah, it's Raffi! How are you?
My car.
Oh, nice. Welcome to the show.
Thought I'd wear red.
I love that, man. How have you been?
Nice chairs, man.
Thank you. They're very comfortable.
I've been great.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm gigging again.
That's really nice.
10 years.
What's it like to get back on the road?
Great.
Yeah.
I'm tall in the saddle. I can do it, you know, and the shows are going well.
You're not just a children's entertainer, but a lot of what you've done has had a message. And then the world we live in, in part, is due to the behavior of the Beluga grads. Are you happy with what they've done to the world?
We've got so much to do to make this world of ours, to pull it back from the brink of the climate threat. We've got so many crises, synchronous failures, you know. But within all that, we have bright lights everywhere, like yourself and others, who care passionately. And we need a prime minister who respects climate science, for example. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, 100%. But I will say this, and I have no need or desire to defend this prime minister on his environmental record, because it's not strong. But the prime ministers that agreed to Kyoto from another party didn't ratify it. So at least this guy's living up to his word. The previous guys talked a big game and didn't live up to it.
Well, we Beluga grads, and I include myself in that constituency, we've got to step up. You know, we've got to bring our voices up. Yeah. And I wrote a Beluga verse for the Beluga grads. You want to hear it?
Of course.
It goes, now you've grown and you're on your way, making waves in the boundless bay, with your shining light and your dreams alive for the ones you'll have one day. Do-do-do-do-do. Grown up Beluga, grown up Beluga. Sing a song of peace. Sing with all your friends. We need to hear you.
I love that.
We need to hear you.
Dignity is a big part of what you do. You, in fact, I mean, I'm not your business manager by any stretch, but you could have monetized this in a way different way, but you never did. Like, you made money gigging and all that, but you never did. Like, there's no commercials, there's no any of that stuff.
Yeah, it was never about that. I mean, I think it's unethical to advertise directly to children, so I've never done that.
Temptations?
Never.
Never?
Not once. No, in fact, 5 or 6 years ago, the producers of Shrek, the movie, came to me and said, hey, we want to make a Baby Beluga movie. And, well, I was flattered momentarily, but then we asked 2 questions, and I knew what the answers were going to be. We said, you're going to market it directly to young kids? They said, well, yeah, the revenue stream, blah, blah, blah. We went, oh, we don't like that. That's not right.
But you know that's an enormous payday.
So the second question was, you're gonna do a whole bunch of merchandising with, you know, cheap toys and PVCs and all that. Well, yeah, the revenue stream, blah blah. We said we don't like that. Doesn't respect kids. You know, sold through junk food outlets and all. We don't want to do that. So it killed the deal. But on principle, I've been saying no to things throughout my career. So if there are any socially responsible investors out there listening in on this conversation, I have a 2-page draft of a Baby Beluga movie. Let's get together. Let's make this happen.
Well, so who do you market it to? The parents?
That's what you'd do. And you'd bring investors to the table who are looking for a triple bottom line return, not just... So when I make statements, you know, the personal is the political. I say my politics is child honoring. That's what I say, and that's what I believe.
Has it evolved over the years as children have changed?
Well, of course, our world is changing too.
These kids online, when you, again, part of the reason why I look at having no kids, I'm like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
How do you parent a 12-year-old when they're fighting you to get on Facebook and you know what's out there?
Parents need to educate their kids to be net savvy. It's very important. Parents need to also take the time to understand some of the parental controls at their disposal and all the good things that are being done in terms of teaching responsible internet use. But, you know, it's very hard for parents, too, because they're busy. They're working. And I'm not sure that they can do this, you know, supervising gig adequately. That's why some friends of mine out west, a community of us, co-wrote a letter to Sheryl Sandberg, the COO of Facebook, urging systemic remedies to the security gap that leaves young users vulnerable. The internet was never designed for young users, right? Right. So now we're like scrambling to figure out, well, how do we make it safe? There's a light web and a dark web. How do we make use of the light web while keeping the dark web, that shadow, away from vulnerable kids?
Stick around. More with Raffi after this. All right, up next, Raffi's take on some Canadian icons, from Mr. Dressup.
Hello, Mr. Dressup. Hi.
To Hockey Night in Canada, and then a spot-on comic, Jen Grant, on the panel.
We're talking about public perceptions and how you know you're a sellout. Like when you make a best of album, you don't really want to write new music, but you still want to make money. Sellout.
Once you're back here, we're hanging out with Raffi. Hockey Night in Canada was big for you and your dad, right?
Big time. When I first came to this great country,
He
I
moved
was
out of
10 years old.
Egypt. You left Egypt to come here, right?
I left Cairo.
Armenian descent?
Yep.
Yep.
Armenian family in Toronto. Family's trying to keep me Armenian. I'm listening to Motown and Beatles. it was tough for them.
Freaking them out,
right?
man.
Yeah. But on Saturday nights, we used to watch the Leafs. My favorite player was the Big M, Frank Mahovlich, who may have invented the slap shot. I'm not sure about that. I was thinking about that.
The Big M did?
Yeah. Did you ever see his slap shots? Man, he was something.
Watching the Leafs, did you ever charge your parents with abuse for making them watch the Leafs? Is that how? Attaboy. Had to. I'm a Habs fan. Come on, we have nothing now.
You and I have to talk. Listen, in those days, it was a good team. Yeah. And my father used to buy a pie, and we'd eat a slice when Leafs scored. It was good.
Oh, my God. By the way, parents out there, if your kids are struggling with obesity and you want them, you give them the same thing with the current Toronto Maple Leafs, you'll never eat. You'll never eat. What was your immigrant experience like?
It was tough. You hang in there, and your parents support you, the good teachers support you. Right. You hang in there, and that's part of the adversity is what builds your character as you grow in the new land that you come to love.
Well, and you had the ultimate moment, because appearing on a legendary show, watch this.
When you wake up in the morning and it's 1:45 and you want to have a little fun, you brush your teeth, you brush your teeth, and when you wake up in the morning and it's 1:45 and you want to find something to do, you brush your teeth, you brush your teeth.
If I may, in 1977, The Clash put out their first record, which was monumental in my life. In 1977, on Mr. Dressup, he did that. Also monumental. What was it like being on Mr. Dressup? I mean, traditional gear.
He's so beautiful. He's great. It was fabulous. I had an opportunity to sing with President Clinton when he got, elected, president-elect. And on that inaugural show on Disney, there was Mr. Dressup. I got to sing with Mr. Dressup and Bill Clinton and Kermit the Frog. Ugh. I had a great life.
Yeah, you really have, right?
I've met people like Mandela and Jane Goodall.
She's amazing, right?
And Gorbachev. I mean,
what's Mandela's handshake like? Yeah. Right? Serious business.
That was something. Singing turned this world around for him and he inspired it. That was at Ryerson, 2001, November, 2 months after 9/11. It was just, what a moment that was for me. He is such a hero for me. You're in captivity 26 years, you come out stronger, and your captors feel like they're the ones held hostage. Now, you got to study at the foot of that guy.
Before we wrap up, can you just do the ch-ch-ch for me once, please? The toothbrush thing, please.
You want the
We as a people want it.
Is that what?
Yeah.
Is that what you want?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Brian.
Thank you, man.
Oh, you have a record too, right?
Yeah.
Communion. Mm-hmm. With the back, it looks super motivational speakery. Is that?
Well, the genre is hip hop.
Hip hop.
Yeah. This is a 2009 CD. There was one in 2006 called Resisto Dancing, and that's when the hip hop thing broke out.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Real pleasure. Raffi, everybody. To the Beluga Grads concert, Calgary, March 23rd, Edmonton, March 24th. What a pleasure. We'll be right back.
Thank you, man.
Thanks so great, man.